So we've got targets, which is 50%. A quota is we should actually enforce somebody to have 7 players on the pitch. We're doing that in Vodacom and Community Cup. This is a collaborative process. Guys, this is where we want to get to. We all got to work together to get to that number. That's where we need to get to. And guys, if we don't get there, so it's only ourselves, you know. It's not like somebody else is going to hit. Somebody's going to start asking questions. Guys, you gave us this plan, you don't reach it. It's not like somebody standing with a cane behind us and saying, listen, you're now going to get to 50, 50, 50. We set the 50, nobody else. Yeah, we are obviously chasing black African players a lot more than because we've got a massive base of players, especially in the Western Cape, that has come through in any case in terms of the system. What Liz is pointing out is that the mecca of African black rugby sits in the Eastern Cape, and we've got to get that organized to ensure that those players come through. And that's why we've got 3 academies in that area, because that's the only way we can do that. We got to take them from that level and push them through. And we've had success already. And some of them will play hopefully in the Kings next year, and some of them will play on different levels. We've had success, but that's also a long-term project. You know. We, like every other company in this country, have got to do our duty in terms of transformation. Got to do our duty. Guys, you can't ignore the responsibility that we have. We're a national federation. And as a national federation, we've got a responsibility to correct any of the wrongs that there was and to have what we have as a transformed organization. People saying we are not transforming is the thing that's irritating us. We are in a long-term process, and we're busy and we're getting to a result. But through that, we are saying giving everybody an equal opportunity will give us a better organization, better teams, and will tick all of the boxes in terms of our responsibility. And we want to do that across the board. You know, you talk about transformation, political driven. How do you ignore BEE? It's not political driven, it's part and parcel of our country. So corporate is ignoring it, is not ignoring it. Why should we ignore it? It's on that and it's equity employment. There's an act that says there's equity employment. I'm not doing that for a political reason. There's a law in this country that says I have to have equity employment. And that's the same on every level. The rest is to transform this organization. Club-wise is not given to black administrators. It's given to any administrator that wants to be a better administrator. Nutritional programs is given to everybody. Yes, we've got to focus because there is a gap and there is a risk that we've got to address. But that's given to everybody. All of the skills coaching, all of the long-term player development, all of the long-term coaching development, all of that is done for every coach and every player. But we have a focus. Because as you can see from the numbers, we've got to correct something that is not being corrected. And that's all we're doing. Nowhere in this, in the term that I've been part of SA Rugby, has the Minister of Sport told me to come and do this. He's got an EPG report with a very specific drive. But long before his EPG report came out, we already had our transformation in Indaba. Long before that was formalized, we were already there. So we now actually just adhering to what is the National Sports Plan. Because we cannot ignore the fact that we're one of a group of federations in this country that has supported the National Sports Plan, that has supported the Indaba to take place. We can't sit there, support it, and then sit back and let the other federations do it. And then go to corporates and say, listen here, as a very responsible citizen of this country, please give me 100 million rand for this program, or give me 100 million rand for this program, but we're not adhering to anything that we've said. How do you go and do that? And how do you convince the Joe Soap out there that we're actually truthful in what we want to do? So do we have to have a black coach to be successful? Do we have to have a black coach? Because you're now busy with the political argument. I'm saying we transform this organization. Whether the national coach is black, African black, colored, or white, if we're as an organization is transformed, that should not matter. And when is the next black coach? We've got a long list of coaches there that are busy in the system that we need to get to a level to coach, so that the day that Heineke, who is the incumbent and is very successful at the moment, decides he does not want to coach anymore, that we have got options to choose of. Here are the 5 national coaches that could possibly coach this team, of which hopefully 2 or 3 would be black. And then it will still be the decision to appoint somebody on merit.